Some people said 1-1. Some people like me said beat the Celtics, lose against the Pacers. I couldn't be but so wrong in my life, Glenn. Can you believe this? I was wrong.
Hey, I told you, bro. Like I said, I really can't see him losing to Indiana this year. I mean, they probably will when they go to Indy, when they play him
Hmm.
in Indy, but
Hmm.
even then, it's going to be a tough game because they
Hmm.
really don't like Indiana for what they did to them last year.
Yeah, I agree with them. I agree with you on that. 100% agree.
So I really can't see him losing to if they lose to Indiana, it's going to be a hard fought battle. It ain't going to be no pushover
Hmm.
because
You know,
what they did to him, they didn't like.
watching that game, it was kind of weird just watching it. I'm like, how did Indiana perform? It was like the reverse of the Knicks Boston game. You know, they were just
Well,
so outclassed.
well, in
Just
the
like,
Knicks Boston game,
hmm,
Boston just shot ridiculous. That's it.
yeah,
Come on, what they hit like 33s.
yeah, almost 30, yeah. Mhm.
Yeah, come on, that's just ridiculous. They're
Yeah,
not gonna.
yeah,
They
I don't doubt that. Definitely don't doubt that.
but um they are definitely better than Indiana, and you can definitely see that you know in that the person I forgot who you had mentioned. You
Hmm.
said there was somebody who was playing who's back.
Mathurin, Benedict Mathurin, yeah.
What did he do? Nothing.
Did they even play him? I don't think they did. I don't think they
Yeah.
did play him in that game. How many minutes did he? Let me go check and see.
And we played
Well,
pretty.
he had 20 points, but
It was,
but it didn't. You didn't feel the 20 points. I'm just saying he
right.
shot 8 for 13, 2 for 5 from three, and two for four, 20 points. I mean, that's a Benedict Mathurin game, but we didn't feel it. I'll tell you that much.
Yeah,
Him
it was like
him and Obi
nothing.
played. Obi him and Obi played the same amount of minutes. Felt the same way.
Yeah, you know. What you saw though
Mm,
um, was um, well, first of all, what you saw
mm,
was I don't know who told him, but someone told Bridges, stop
mhm.
being a scaredy cat and shoot the ball, man.
It came
You
out
know,
after the Boston that second half of the Boston game. It
yeah,
showed. He
like even
he
if,
went back to the New Jersey Nets, the Brooklyn Nets,
yeah, I
Bridges.
mean, if you miss, you miss. All right, shoot it,
Mm,
shoot the ball.
mm,
And he wasn't missing last
mhm.
night, Friday night.
And it's interesting. I really have not watched his full bag when he was at Brooklyn, but I remember when he was in Phoenix, it was just corners, light dribble, 1-2, pull ups. That was basically his game. He was basically just a 3-and-D guy. But I know when he went to Brooklyn, he expanded his game was allowed to show a little bit more. But I really didn't watch his game too detailed outside of the Knick games that we played, and it wasn't too much. But seeing him get in the post, that was a surprise. How comfortable he was in the post and
Mm-hmm.
the different types of moves that he had in the post. And I'm like, yes, we lost out on our Dante guy, which I love that. I love Dante. But that switch off and we countered with this back to the basket game. That's a nice little weapon. That's a nice little weapon. It may not get you the threes and get you like Dante would have done, but it slows the pace down and it gets you a high efficient shot and
Mm-hmm.
puts the other team on defensive, which they really can't stop it with his long arms. Really, he almost has a undefensible shot there. I
Because
was
his
like,
arms are so long and they
so
shoot so
long.
high.
Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm.
Yeah, and defensively, he's just
Mm-hmm.
without saying, he's just awesome.
Mm-hmm.
You know, but I think he really did well in that he just said, "I'm going to shoot the ball."
Mm-hmm.
You know, did
But when you
well.
think about that game, that his that um his mid range games and his post game, he must have some good core strength to be able to hold his position because he is so frail. He
I
must have a
I was
strong core.
I was telling Vanessa, I said, that's a skinny dude. I said to her, I said, he can play, but he's
hmm
skinny.
hmm
That's
Must
a
have a
skinny,
strong.
that's
He
a
can hold,
skinny dude.
but he can hold his position,
Yeah,
and which is the reverse. You look at Towns when he went up against Drew Holiday. Holiday held his position, and he couldn't move
yeah.
him. How as big as Towns is rather, he couldn't move him off the pivot, off the block, which is disappointing. Similar to what was done to Randall when he was there. Holiday did the same thing to Randall. Couldn't.
Holiday's just a great defensive player.
Yeah,
That's
it
all.
is what it is. Yeah, but
You know.
they they gotta
But
definitely gotta.
yeah, what for Friday night,
Hmm
my star of the game,
hmm
you may not agree or may not even realize who I'm thinking of, but I got to give it to Payne, man.
Okay, interesting. Why you
He
say Pain?
played he played a great game, and because when Bridges got into foul trouble,
Mm-hmm.
they brought him in at the two,
Mm-hmm.
and then they just kept rotating Bridges and OG
Mm-hmm.
at the three,
Mm-hmm.
and they left Payne in there at the two. So you had Payne, Brunson,
Mm-hmm.
whoever else was at the three, whether it be OB,
Mm-hmm.
OG. I keep saying OG or Bridges, and then you had my man who I love, Hart, at the
Mm-hmm.
four. And I think he played such a great game
Mm-hmm.
defensively. He really played well.
Mm-hmm.
He really played well.
He gave good pressure. Yeah, he did.
And
He did. Mm-hmm.
and being that he's so versatile because he can play the one or the two,
Mm-hmm.
it allows you to rotate guys and not have to worry about the guard position.
Mm-hmm.
So if you take out Brunson and put in um, Deuce with him, then he can play the two or the one.
Mm-hmm.
That doesn't make a difference. Brunson's in there. Brunson plays the one. It's just I think he's fabulous. I think this is gonna sound crazy, but I think that pickup was almost as important as picking up Bridges in in the off season. I really do. I think he was a great pickup,
Okay, I'll give you
and
this.
he's definitely not scared.
Oh, that is not. He's been
He
that.
will get in your face.
Yeah, he's been that type of player since his days back when he was in Oklahoma City. Yeah.
He will get in your
Mm-hmm.
face, and I like that about him. He's not dirty.
Mm-hmm.
He's not trying to hurt anybody,
Mm-hmm.
but he ain't backing down either.
No, yeah. I guess he was raised right when he was Oklahoma City from Russ. You know, and it's funny because I just remember hearing back when he was signed that how Bridges was a big proponent of him coming to the Knicks. They
Really,
played together at Phoenix, and him and Shamit, both of those guys. So that was the connection for him being readily accepting this role because he again was a vet minimum pickup. He still probably get a little bit more on the market, but he decided to take this role. Interesting. I didn't see Payne's impact in the same way as what you did, but I can see thinking back to it. I can see how you can come to that conclusion. I can see that. You
yeah,
know.
he had such a good game
Mm-hmm.
because especially with Bridges in foul trouble.
Mm-hmm. hmm
Well, because Bridges had his third
I guess,
foul.
I guess the game was so much not in jeopardy that his impact, even though it wasn't as glaring, wasn't as evident to me. I would say
Right,
that's probably
right, right.
interesting.
And you know who else had a great game? But I love this guy, man. I am such a Josh Hart fan. Is unbelievable. This guy, man, at 6'4", man, he's getting
Yeah,
10 rebounds.
yeah. Very Barkley-ish.
It's like unbelievable.
Hmm.
And I've never seen. And he keeps saying, "I'm a guard." What kind of guard are you? You grabbing 10,
Yeah,
12 rebounds?
yeah, that's him.
I'm like, he said, "I'm a guard." You're a
Hmm.
guard.
Hmm.
I don't know what kind of guard you think you are, brother. You a
Hmm.
forward, man. I mean, the dude is like, I'm like, I'm
Well,
like,
technically, he plays every position.
every single one,
He plays
everyone,
every position.
and plays them well.
As they say, he guards the center of the bench and looks forward to playing.
Yeah, God, God, God's incredible. Never complains.
Yeah.
You know, like if he plays a game, he gets one shot, he's fine. If he gets
Hmm.
10 shots, he's fine.
Yeah, as long as he continues, like you said, don't fret about shooting the ball like we was talking about Blue Bridges. He when he hits open shot, he has to take it. Whether he
just
hits
shoot
it or
it.
makes it or not, he
If
has to
you
take
miss,
it.
you miss.
You know,
You
he
know,
cannot
but
hesitate.
but that's what he did the other night. He shot the
Yeah,
ball.
he shot
You
the ball.
know,
He was 1 for 6, but he shot the
if
he
he
shot the ball.
okay, he missed. Yeah, but hey,
Hmm.
he had 20 points and 10 rebounds,
20 points, 10 rebounds. Yes, he did.
and I'll
And I
take
think it was
that.
like 5 assists too, didn't? Let me see. Let me see.
I don't know about that.
Three. Yeah, 3 assists. Yeah, 3 assists. Okay. It was
I
Bridges that had
mean,
5 assists. That was it. That's what it was. But
I just
they're
think
moving the ball in a way that gets it to the open man, which is contributing to a high assist game for the starters. You know, that's pretty nice to see. You know,
now the other guy who had a quiet, good game is uh the center.
Towns.
No, Town had a good game, but it wasn't
Who, Sims?
Sims. He had a good
Yeah,
game.
he did. He did. Well, even the game that he had in Boston,
He
he was still effective. He got a lot of
he
rebounds. He was in
right.
position. He
I
played the
can
perimeter
see
very
him.
well.
He does his job. His job is
Hmm.
come in there
Hmm.
and play rebounds. I can't
Hmm.
talk tonight.
Hmm.
Grab rebounds and play defense, and he's done an excellent job so far.
Hmm. Yeah.
I'm just doing your job,
That's basically what
and
he's been doing.
when Achua gets back, I don't know whether he's still going to get that playing time. I
Yeah,
wonder.
he's gonna go to the bench. Achua's gonna if provided that his hamstring is properly healed. I don't You don't want that lingering around. But I can clearly see Sims going to the bench at that point. But it will have a he have to be phenomenal in these 20 games. For because he's gonna he's gonna be out for the 4 weeks period. So he definitely has to take advantage of that. It's
I
what,
think he may get
12,
traded.
12 to 13. I hope not. I
Not
really.
Sims,
Hmm.
sure.
Hmm. Even with him, I don't want him to get traded either.
Well, you don't like anybody to be traded.
I had this conversation yesterday with somebody, and I hope they're watching. You're always talking about I don't want guys to be traded. I don't. I like the team that I have. I don't like looking outside, seeing what's better. That's not me. I like what I have. Let this team cook. That's what I feel.
Yeah, but sometimes what you have can be improved upon. I mean,
We'll see.
like if you say,
We'll see.
um, you say, I'll take Deuce and I'll give you Tatum. You say, no, I don't like a trade. I know that's ridiculous, but I'm just using that for an
That sounds
example.
like something you would do.
I'm just saying, I'm just using it as an example.
It's not a great
You know,
example, but go ahead.
I'm of course that's not something like that's not going to happen. But I'm just
Mm-hmm.
saying, if you can improve now, okay, now would you miss Deuce? Of course, but you're getting a great player. So
Mm-hmm.
if you can get like in the case you got Towns
Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm.
for Randall,
Mm-hmm.
right? Because he's essentially what they did was trade Towns for Randall and Dante for Bridges. That's essentially what they did,
I
and
can see that. Mm-hmm.
that's a great trade.
Mm-hmm.
That's a great trade. Yeah. Now, is Randall good? Yeah, but Towns is better, right? Towns grabbed
Mm-hmm.
15 rebounds the other night with
Mm-hmm.
21 points.
Mm-hmm.
Come on, man. That's what you're
Mm-hmm.
looking for.
Yeah, he dominates Turner every time he plays him, so that's not surprising.
Well, Turner, I don't know. Something about him. He gets so much praise to be such a good center, but
Yeah,
but he's always
he,
getting cooked.
he's he's a whole lot of things about Turner that I don't like about, but either way.
Yeah, but and just as a side point,
Mm-hmm.
I know we don't normally talk about other teams, but I just got to mention one thing.
Mm-hmm.
I cannot believe my man in Philly is out again already.
You can't believe that? Come on now. Come
I'm like,
on.
what? The second game?
First
But
game.
anyway, that it's just you know I do think Ochoa uh I think Ochoa is going to
Mm-hmm.
get traded. I do. That's why they gave him a 1 year contract
Mm-hmm.
because he's easy to trade. He's easy to trade.
Mm-hmm.
You know, everybody take that 1 year contract and then if you don't like him, you cut him or you resign him.
Mm-hmm. No,
You know.
I get you. I get you for that. I like the team I have, you know. But it's funny,
Yeah.
in the conversation I was having yesterday, there was one scenario that the person brought out, which I think is ridiculous, but others may think differently, of course. But picking up um, the guy from Cleveland, Jared Allen, for our guy Mitch, of course, as the comment was, Allen would be a definite upgrade for the Knicks versus Mitchell. My counter to that was it's hard for me to jump on somebody's bandwagon after they've been dominated by our guy in multiple games and consistently done so in the past couple of years when they played against each other. So it's hard for me to say that that guy is better for my team when that's the result so differently when it's a one-to-one matchup. So I say that to say is the way our team fits together, they just perform well together, and I like that way that they do. Now, to bring someone else in, I know the whole team right now is totally different. There's only basically one starter who started the game the opening season last year on this team right now, and that's Brunson from the starting five from last year. He's the only guy. So the team is totally different makeup. So to say that, not for change, well, change did happen for this team. And it's gonna take about 20 games as what normally what Tibbs does is to get understanding of what the makeup of his team and then start doing the Tibbs things and seeing how this is gonna work together for the next 3 quarters of the season. So, I'm willing to definitely willing to give the this team an opportunity to be able to gel together and see how they gel in these first 20 games. They're going to really get to see how to take advantage of each other's skill set and how to really communicate as a team. They said when you listen to the game on Friday, they were saying the communication was much better. Of course, we can't hear it; they can hear it on the court, but I'll take them for what they say. If they're able to call out and acknowledge certain things, that's great. Second game, they wasn't done. They didn't do that in the first game. So, well, it wasn't acknowledged that in that way in the first game from based on what they
Well,
were saying.
it's kind of hard to call out plays and they hitting the threes every time.
No, no, just the communication on defense.
Oh,
Communication on defense. So, okay, it was clear that they they watched some film of their mistakes and
oh yeah.
they called it out. So
Tibbs worked them.
that's
He worked
clearly
them.
that's
I knew that.
you,
I knew they were going to
you knew
play
that
some
was going to
defense
happen.
in Indiana.
But so say be there for what it is. I just want to see this team get an opportunity to see. And there's no trades going to be made before December 15th anyway. So they're going to have time. They're going to do what they're going to do anyway. So it's just a matter of let this team see what they have, and after that point, if the actions on the court dictates the need for change, then it's going to be what it's going to be.
Well, see, I don't advocate trade just to trade.
Hmm.
No, but if there's areas where you can upgrade, um, then you can upgrade. You should upgrade.
Hmm.
I personally think that they should not make any trades, although I do think they will make a trade.
Hmm. I
But
do see
I
it. I
think,
see something like that happen. I do too.
huh?
I do see them making a
Yeah, I
change.
do. And knowing these guys, they may pull off something that I'm like, oh, okay,
Mm-hmm.
you know. But I don't know who who they may get,
Mm-hmm.
but I can see them improving at at the four
Mm-hmm.
if they don't want to continue to play hard at the four consistently. They
Mm-hmm.
want to get a little bigger there
Mm-hmm.
and give Hart a little bit more more time to breathe,
Mm-hmm.
and so you don't have to work as hard as he's working
Mm-hmm.
because he's working a little bit more different. But then again, Chua's out, so
Mm-hmm.
that makes it a little bit more difficult for him as well.
Mm-hmm.
You know, I do think sometimes teams, they if they have injured players, they don't trade. They just wait till the injured player comes back, and it's almost like getting a trade.
Mm-hmm. True.
In other words, when Mitch comes back in January, let's say,
Mm-hmm.
it's almost like trading for a center.
Mm-hmm.
And so that they may do that as well.
Mm-hmm.
Just wait to, use the big guy and put him slide him in there, and now your team has improved, and you really didn't get rid of anyone.
Mm-hmm.
They may do that as well.
Very true. Yeah.
You know,
I can see that. It's because
but
the
I
trading deadline for this year is I think the first week of February. So.
yeah, it's in February.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, so um uh there's one thing about this these guys here. Um uh I have a lot of faith in them as far as their decision making.
Mm-hmm.
And, they don't frighten me the way the old regime did.
Mm-hmm.
You'd be like, oh my God, what are they gonna do? You're like, oh, these guys don't frighten me. I think they're gonna. I think if they make a decision, it'll be a good one. Now it may not work.
Mm-hmm.
Things don't always work,
Mm-hmm.
but I do think it'll be a decision that you can say, okay, I can see that.
Mm-hmm.
You know, um, I can
Now,
see them trading Deuce. Yeah, but yeah.
only thing I was concerned about with Deuce that he went out of the game yesterday. I mean Friday, and came back in. That was
Oh,
all that scared the mess out of me. It's
yeah.
like,
When I
please
saw him a
no.
little bit, I got nervous.
You
But
know, but when he came back, I was like, yes.
but but his value is so high now.
Mhm. But
His,
again, this team. One thing that I was watching some clips of the game on Friday, and it was something that they caught on video, and they caught the audio of it. It was now. It's funny how McBride is now the elder statesman for the rookies.
yeah, talking to the rookies.
Yeah, I was like, okay, okay, telling them, you know, there is no garbage time. This is how you make your bones here. You play the right way, even in this time we're in, and this is how you excel. And then right after that, Ariel made the significant block against what's his name, little guy. And so it just I was just shocked to see that. I was like, wow, okay, Bridge, okay, McBride. I was like, you really stepping into your role, taking your experience and really sharing, which is totally appreciated because you get an opportunity to see how
Now, one thing,
what his view from when he was a rookie, him getting in garbage time and using that as an opportunity as a stepping stone and how it really shaped him and laid the foundation for him to be able to be where he's at right now. So
well,
if
you
that
know, who
happens
probably
for
think
Ariel, that's fine. Hmm.
that sounds like something Tibbs would say.
Hmm.
There's no garbage time.
Hmm.
Play right.
Hmm.
I don't know whether he said that to him, but that
Well,
sounds like
that was actually what the audio.
no. I'm saying hearing McBride say that,
Hmm.
it makes
Oh,
me think that
what
he
Tibbs said
heard
to
that in
him.
the
Okay.
past
Yeah. I would agree
from
with that.
from Tibbs.
Right. I would agree with
You
that.
know,
Hmm.
because that's something. Because I definitely can see Tibbs preaching that.
Hmm.
Because that's how he plays. Like
Hmm.
he'll be up by 30 and leave his starters in there.
Mm-hmm.
I'm like,
Still
come
don't
on,
mess up.
dude.
You played to the end. 48 minutes are done.
Yeah, but do I McBride he's so valuable now.
Mm-hmm.
He can be a good piece to move because
Mm-hmm.
we may lose him anyway with this. There's a new team that's going to be possibly started in Vegas.
Well, yeah. Oh, you saw the hypotheticals about that? Yeah, I don't.
No,
uh,
no, 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 no. They have they're
It
going
hasn't
to
been
be.
agreed upon yet. Hasn't been agreed upon. They haven't made agreement yet.
Trust me, there's
Oh,
going to be a
I
team.
agree with that,
It's going to
but
be a team in Vegas.
I agree with that portion of it, but it's not said and done as far as when that's going to actually occur.
Of course, it's not said and done, but it's going to happen.
Yeah.
And he may be drafted from
Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm.
from the Knicks.
Mm-hmm.
Because I think each team would have to give up one player.
Yeah.
I
Yeah.
think it's one player.
You have to make somebody on your team available. Yeah, for the
Yeah,
expansion draft. Mm-hmm.
and I don't think they want Topman.
Mm-hmm. Well,
You
that
know,
won't happen. That won't happen for 2 years. So that's not even an issue. It's not a concern for right now. Because the team that team whenever they start for the expansion team, the earliest it will be 2 years from now. So
but Steve, but see, you're amazing to me because you didn't want Towns, and now that you got him, you don't want to get rid of Towns.
I didn't say
No, I
get
know. I'm just saying, for argument's sake,
um.
if he
Oh,
was,
he's on the team now.
I,
So, and,
but that's what I'm saying. So if there was an opportunity to trade him, that's again a ridiculous example, but I'm going to use it. Let's
mm,
say if if someone said to you, "Okay, Towns with Tatum," you say, "Oh no, 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 I want to keep my guy." You didn't even want Towns. I mean, how could you not want Towns for Randall?
I believe I said this before. I didn't like Towns when he was in Kentucky. So that memory of his style of play at Kentucky was not something that I was enamored with. I felt he was very, very soft and
Does it talk to you now?
didn't command the center position. Now, in the past 2 years, even in Minnesota, he wasn't
You played
playing
the
like
four
that.
mostly.
I understand that, but it's dictated by based upon what position you're in. But prior to that, he still didn't. He had a difficult challenge even when he was with Tibbs at that point in time. However, has maturity settled in, and he's acknowledged by his play that I need to step up my game, whether that's the realization that he's come to, and it's resulted into this action on the court right now. I'm fine with coming to that conclusion. But his skill set is can't be denied. I'm not big on big men shooting threes all the time, but
If they go in, I don't care.
again, I'd rather have and it's sad, like I told you, someone said it saddened me that Towns couldn't get in position in the low post against a 6'4" guard. He's 7 feet, and then compounding that is that the guards on our team couldn't get him the ball in a position where he could just turn around and just raise his hand up and put the ball in the basket. He had to he had to get his position 10 to 15 feet away from the basket, which is even sadder. So either the skill set or the or learning how to post up is something that's a lost art, and it's a definite lost art and be able to feed the big man. So those are the components of the game that I'm disappointed in. Let me just finish. Not seeing that being executed in the way that it has done in the past. And I understand why. The game has clearly changed. But that piece of it, that is a weakness that was not exploited in that game.
but
And
this is what
unfortunately, that has carried over from the past season when they did the same thing to Randall. So
but
it should not be a surprise when the next game we play that they're gonna do that same type of defensive stance against the Knicks, and we should do a better job in countering that. That's what I feel.
but you have to realize something that what's his name? Who the 6'4" guard
Mm-hmm.
that you were talking
Mm-hmm.
about?
Mm-hmm.
Got his name now.
Mm-hmm. Drew Holiday. Mm-hmm.
Holiday.
Mm-hmm.
Have you seen him play other people?
I'll say this.
The guy's
The,
a great.
yes, yes, I understand that. But
So
in the game
it's
on Friday, when you saw Towns get position against Turner, he was very aggressive.
yeah, he
But
was
that
quicker
wasn't
on his moves. That's
he,
all.
that was still aggressive. The whole point of it is
No, I'm
that
just saying,
yeah, yeah.
but
Mhm.
what I'm saying, Holiday. I mean, I've seen Holiday
Yeah,
play
but
play
my point is that that's
the,
an
the
intentional act on the offensive player's
I
side.
understand that, but what I'm saying is that some it just some isolated incidences are not
Mm-hmm.
necessarily indicative of how
Mm-hmm.
it's going to
Mm-hmm.
be on,
Mm-hmm.
with
Mm-hmm.
every 6'4" guard.
Mm-hmm.
Some 6'4", some guys
Mm-hmm.
are like Holiday and
Mm-hmm.
Hart.
You got a
Like
good base. Yeah. Mm-hmm.
Hart can do that against
Mm-hmm.
centers.
Mm-hmm.
Where he's 6'4". I say, well, that's just
He
he's
can
just
hold his
such a
position.
great
He could
right.
definitely hold the position.
Everybody's not going to be able to do that. Holiday happens to be a superior defensive player. I think he may have won Defensive Player of the Year one year, or came runner up
He's in the first team.
when he was with the
Mm.
Bucks. I think he may
Yeah.
have won it.
And even when he's in New Orleans, too. So
Yeah, he got
mm.
got got plays. He played. He played.
I'm not taking anything away from Duke.
You
However,
are.
I'm not.
You take away
I,
from
I,
town.
no, yeah, I'm not taking away from Holiday.
No, when you take away
I'm,
from town, you're saying town
I'm,
should have done better. I'm trying.
I think I no,
And what
you're missing my
and
point. I said he should do better the next time around. Seeing what
it,
defense what
he's not.
play what they were playing against him.
Is is not going to be much better. What
It may not be, and that saddens me. If that's the case, that
but you know
saddens me.
what? But you know what they're gonna have to do? More pick and rolls.
True. That's
That's that that that's
that.
the only way from them to beat the guard play like that is pick and roll and pick and pop. And then he's good for pick and pop because then he can shoot the three.
But again, I don't want my 7 foot guy being
But
afraid of a 6'4" dude. I just
but
that to
it,
me just like anti
that's not
basketball.
that's not fair. If the ball goes in, I don't care how it goes in. If it goes in,
Okay.
I don't care if you shoot the ball from the locker room. Does it go
Okay.
in?
Okay. Okay.
Shoot it.
Okay.
I don't care.
Okay.
So he's 6'4". I'm scared to go in there,
Okay.
but I'm gonna shoot the three and it goes in. So
Okay.
shoot the three.
Okay. And I guess it's a part of the game where you're comfortable going up against big guys and you know how to use your size and your effectiveness against big persons your size. But when you play against someone who's totally opposite of your skill set, you sort of change up your game.
Also, in in fairness, they don't call the fouls that they should. Also,
True. But the other side of it, they don't know how to feed the post.
I don't agree with that. I think Brunson knows how to feed the post.
Ah, eh,
I think he does. I think he
nah,
does.
uh, I don't see it.
He, you. This is what you have not seen. You have not seen Brunson with a center like Towns yet. This is the first time you've seen him.
Neither in college, neither in Dallas, nor with he hasn't had a
Right,
center.
that's what I'm saying.
So so my whole point
So,
is
all right.
that still is
So
a skill set.
don't assume that he can't feed the post. Give him 20 games
Okay, I'm gonna give him 20 games. I'm gonna give him
because
20.
because I definitely can see that he knows how to get the ball to him. Now Brunson does shoot a lot, so it may look like he can't.
And it
Oh
may just be that that's not Tibbs' game to, I mean, Towns' game to get in the low post for him to be fed in that fashion. So there's a whole things that makes up
well,
it makes that up.
I
Mhm.
did notice that for for a short while when um Payne was playing the point,
Mhm.
he dropped it down to him a couple of times,
Mhm.
and that's when
Mhm.
he
Mhm.
got back to back situations where he got fouled and went to the foul line.
Against Turner. Yep.
Yeah, against Turner.
Turner
Now
and Jackson.
another thing too is he's a very good foul shooter.
Mm-hmm.
So that helps a lot too. And
Mm-hmm.
if he gets the calls,
Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm.
because having someone shoot that's a terrible foul shooter at the center position
Mm-hmm.
is just useless when if you're gonna excuse me, you're gonna be backing down and then you're getting fouled and then you go to the line and miss two. Doesn't help.
Mm-hmm. No, I can
So
agree. I agree.
I just think you look for
What? No,
perfection,
no, it's not about perfection. I just, I just, I just think there's an opportunity for when there's an obvious weakness
but that's
that
not an obvious weakness. That's
there
not a
is an
weakness.
obvious weakness. Yes, it is.
No, it's not. No,
Naturally,
it's
you are
not.
7 feet tall and your guy is 6'4". If you get lower into the paint, all you do is turn
But
around and the basket's
yeah,
right there.
that
That's
applies
that's a
to,
that's a weakness
but
on a
that
team.
applies, but that
If they're gonna
applies
put a 6'4"
to
guard against a 7-footer, that's a
yeah,
weakness.
but they wouldn't do that if that 6'4". Trust me, they wouldn't have that 6'4" guard guarding that 7-footer if he did not have the skills to do it.
Again,
So
you,
just
I'm
because
a agree to disagree on that one.
just because there's height difference, that does not mean that he's at a disadvantage because because because
If
I
no,
I give
no,
you I give you no wait
this is
wait
no. Pure physics. If I'm less than 10 feet away from the basket and I get the ball, I just turn around and the basket's right there. No interference from my defensive player because I'm
again
7 feet and he's
uh,
6'4", and
again
my standing reach is almost at 9 feet. He cannot
I
block that. I'm
I
sorry.
get that I get that but
That
you
that's just
but
basic physics.
but you are right in theory but it just doesn't happen like that. Let me give you an example. There was a there was a time in the game on Friday when Deuce, who was a very good defensive player, I would say Deuce is almost on the same level as Holiday
hmm
defensively.
hmm
Deuce is a great defender.
hmm
And who was he defending? Toppin.
Oh, Toppin, anybody can defend Toppin. He's
Yeah,
easy.
no. But Toppin was down low and Deuce is defending him down low.
He doesn't hold his
And
position. Period.
but
He never held his
no,
position.
they,
But I
but
know the player you're talking about. I know the player you're talking about though.
he
hmm
was backing him down,
hmm
and Deuce held his position
hmm
because Deuce is a good defender. Toppin
hmm
is what 6'9",
6'9", yeah.
and Deuce is what 6'2",
hmm
but he's able to defend him
Yeah.
because of his ability.
And again, that was away from the basket.
No, not that far. It wasn't that far.
It,
Wasn't
it
that
was
far.
it wasn't in the paint. It wasn't in the paint. It was outside the paint.
Nah, it was
It was outside
halfway.
the paint. It was outside the paint. And that's my whole
Okay, that's
point.
true. That's true.
And my point is, if you get your 2 feet in the paint and you don't, and I get the ball 2 feet into the paint, that means like you're within 10 feet of the basket, and I get it. All I gotta do is just turn around. The guy's not gonna stop my shot at that point at 6'4".
Yeah,
That's my point. That's my point. Now
you
with Towns, he was
it
setting up
it
outside of the
just
paint, which
it's
made him
just
even more
not
less effective.
it's just not as easy as you
I
think
un-
it is.
I
When
understand it,
when
and that's why I said next time I hope they'll do something different in that approach when they play them.
pick and
That's
roll
all
is
I'm
something
saying.
you can do.
That's all I'm saying.
And I told you pick and roll, pick and pop. You don't have to pick and pop because you don't want you to sit and shooting a three. And
I'm not
why do you care if you're shooting a three if the three goes in?
I'm not gonna refute it. As I said, I'm not gonna go up against what they're finding to be effective. I'm not gonna do all that. I just see that they weren't even effective in doing that because he didn't get any fouls against him and he was very hesitant. So my only point is that's a weakness that they probably could take advantage of, do better the next time around. That's all I'm saying.
I don't think it's a weakness.
How they do it, we'll see.
I just think it's who you're going up against. Cause I even mentioned to you last week before the game before the Boston game
hmm
that I was concerned to see how they would defend these guys and
hmm
how would they play against a higher skilled team.
hmm
Although I don't think Boston's going to play that well. Um,
They were very focused that game. I mean, it's
yeah,
championship night.
yeah.
You
I
know,
don't think it's. I just
all
think it
the
was.
chatter about the Knicks. They came
Yeah,
in ready to
yeah.
dominate, which it was
I
very intentional
I
with their
do
stuff.
think by the end of the year, when the Knicks have about 50 wins, 47 wins, something like that, and they're going up against Boston, I think you'll see a different team
Hmm.
playing playing Boston.
Hmm.
And
No.
I think they can give Boston a run for the money by the end of the year.
Hmm.
I'm
Well,
not worried about I'm not worried about anybody else. Philly, I'm not worried about at all.
yeah, I don't understand what they do. I don't care,
because
but
because
they're
you know
stupid.
they're gonna back the ambulance up to the locker room and put the people into unbelievable.
Hmm.
And
Uh,
I'm not worried about Miami. I'm not worried about the Bucks. The Bucks might be the only one who I might worry about a little bit.
they lost today against the Nets.
The Nets.
They lost against the Nets today.
What?
Yeah. I do not understand that. They lost against the Nets.
Me, our wives, and my dead mother can beat the Nets.
Yeah, they I couldn't believe that one.
That's crazy.
Yeah. Hmm.
The Nets?
Yeah, they lost. I was taken aback by that.
How did Doc gonna get fired?
And with the quickness, they only lost 2 games already this year. They should have won.
He's gonna get fired.
I don't understand that. That makes absolutely no sense.
All right, man.
No sense at all.
So who we playing tomorrow?
So, this is the game. Cleveland
Oh
at
man,
the Garden, and then Wednesday they go on a road trip, a 4 game road trip. Start 4 game road trip. Starting on Wednesday
Miami is one
against
of them.
Miami, and then Detroit. I have on my paper they're going to go 2-1 in these 3 games before next Sunday.
So beat Miami and beat Detroit,
Hmm.
lose to Cleveland.
Uh, I think they're going to beat Cleveland, lose to Miami, beat Detroit.
No way.
Okay.
Um,
This will be in that here's what I'm thinking what's going to happen in that Miami game. Remember, if from what yeah, it's maybe go totally left with Jimmy Butler, but he talked a lot last year about if he was on the court, things would be different. This would be the first opportunity to show his worth after saying those things and gotten shut down by Pat Riley in this game against the Knicks. So I'm anticipating him.
he got shut down by Pat Riley.
Yeah, told him
I
he should
mean,
just shut up. If you're not playing, don't talk.
really?
Yeah,
I like that. Thank you,
I do
Pat.
too. I do too. But here's this is just my thought process here. Whether it will actually happen, if it doesn't happen, Knicks should be 3-0. But I think that's will be a game where this will be one of those show me games from Jimmy Butler. That's what I think, and that's what's going to have effect upon the Knicks. That's the only thing why I say they would lose that game.
Nah, I don't. I don't. I can't see him losing to Miami.
Hmm.
I'm gonna say 3-0.
Hmm. I can see that.
They may lose it. They're playing Cleveland at home. At Cleveland, right?
Yeah, at home. Hmm.
They may lose to Cleveland.
Yeah, the Bucks lost to the Nets.
That's incredible.
Hmm.
Doc
and
should be
and
fired just for that alone.
and they had the lead going into the fourth quarter. They would they won the Nets won by 13,
Oh my goodness,
13 points,
that's ridiculous.
and they outscored them in the fourth quarter by 8. It's ridiculous.
That's ridiculous.
Hmm.
With Dame on the squad,
Yeah, I'm checking now. Dame
Dame
played.
playing.
Yeah, Dame played. The thing with Milwaukee, again, talking about other teams, but they don't have a third scorer.
That's it.
Hmm.
Camilo is out.
Hmm.
Just stop them too. That's it.
Hmm. Hmm.
I ain't worried about them.
Yeah.
I'm telling you, I'm worried about is Boston.
Hmm.
That's it.
Hmm.
Philly got 3 scores, but 2 of them's on the bench.
Constantly.
It's
Constant.
ridiculous.
Constantly.
They're like, oh my goodness. I've never. I mean, people talk about Mitchell Robinson being hurt. This guy's hurt more than Mitchell Robinson.
Yeah, he smells something. He get hurt.
It's unbelievable.
Mm-mm-mm.
But I'm gonna say 3-0. I'm gonna say three
Okay.
and zero.
All right. I'm 2-1.
Yeah, because I can't see him. They if they go 2-1, they lose the Cleveland game. That's the one that
Okay.
I'm a little hesitant about. I
Mm-hmm.
can't see him losing the man. Mitch Robinson.
Mm-hmm.
Miami doesn't scare me at all.
Mm-hmm.
Not at all.
Mm-hmm.
You know. They got these guards that run around and just shooting the ball and throwing the ball, but
Mm-hmm.
you know. And what's the kid? He was hurt last year. The
Oh, hero.
Yeah,
Mm-hmm.
you know,
Yeah.
he's like the
Defense.
only.
I think our team. I, you know, I think this team is going to be in every single game. I don't think there's going to be too many games where they're going to lose on how the fashion that they did against Boston.
Nah,
So they're going to be in
most
every
games they
single game.
lose. They lose by 4 or 5.
Mm-hmm.
Like 104, 100,
Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm.
107, 103.
Mm-hmm.
You know, something like that. Like 120 to 115.
Mm-hmm.
Stuff like that. I can't
Mm-hmm.
see them getting blown out a lot.
Yeah, I don't think there's going to be too many double-digit losses this year. I don't think so.
No, I don't think so either. You
Mm-mm.
know. They'll when they go out west and those guys when they go out west, that's you may get a couple double digit losses,
Mm-hmm.
you know,
Mm-hmm.
but not too many. I don't see too many.
Mm-hmm.
Um, the West always tends to, you know, they're gonna score 135, 140.
Yeah.
You know, I don't know what basketball they're playing with out there, but for some reason they tend to score a lot of points
Mm-hmm.
on the West Coast.
Right.
But we'll see, bro.
We'll see. But that's it, buddy. This was a good one. That's my story, and I'm sticking with it. We're gonna see you next week.
Can't
Two
believe
and
we
one
got
for this
lost
week.
to the Nets. I can't believe that. It's just unbelievable to me.
Believe
Like
it.
I said, me, you, our wives, and my dead mother could beat the Nets.
On that note, Harlem2MSG.